The metronome.
How about now?
The metronome been fucking with us, man. It don't want us to be great for some reason.
Man, fuck that metronome. I got a 1, 2, 3 for that ass.
Ooh,
motherfucker.
Put it in its place. Put it in its place.
Anyways, so you came up to me and said you had a topic. You wanted to talk about something. Get it off your chest, baby.
You got an intro first.
Oh, all right. We can intro. All right. So,
the second
what's
day,
up,
man.
y'all?
He already
What's up,
fucking
y'all?
up.
This is 30-year-old roommates. It's your boy right here, Describe. We got my boy over here. Who are you?
And I'm me, Clips.
Dang. We'll get some sound effects eventually. So that way this fool ain't fucking spitting all over my microphones and shit. I'm just fucking with you. Hey, so go ahead with it then. What you got? A whole lot of air. That's a lot of air. That's dead air. That's dead air, baby.
How you feel about LeBron going to the Lakers?
LeBron.
Are you a Lakers fan, first off?
I am, but I'm not an avid Lakers fan. Like, I don't sit and watch the games, I'll be honest. Like, if I was to claim a team, it would be the Lakers. Just because I remember playing all the old video games that I would ever play, I would be the Lakers.
Right.
Because that was my shit. You know, but
it's a big topic in sports, though. So,
yeah,
LeBron going to the Lakers, one of the historically successful teams, and still, you know, I don't remember a year without the Lakers being in the playoffs. I don't remember a year.
And you know what's funny is I don't follow it very close, but I feel the same. I always hear, you know, there's a lot of hype, you know, around because I'm from Cali, so I'm from that area, you know. B-Town, shout out 661 Bakersfield. That's where I'm from. But yeah, there's always something going on around there. I hear about the Lakers all the time.
Well, I guess my question, or I hear a lot of talk about this because it seems like LeBron's been kind of flip-flopping or whoring himself around the NBA. I've heard people say that he's been whoring himself around the NBA.
You know what, man? And I feel for LeBron because all he's really needed is a good team around him. He's doing all the goddamn work.
You don't think he's done? You don't think he's had a good team? Well,
yeah.
What about Miami?
He did in Miami, yeah, but I don't know. He still carried. You didn't tell me he didn't carry? You don't think so? I feel like wherever he goes, he has to carry.
D-Wade put up numbers.
Yeah, D-Wade is good.
Chris Bosh put up numbers as a big three, you know? So,
yeah.
I mean, they weren't LeBron numbers, of course, but I think for their positions, they were superstars.
Yeah.
Then when D-Wade, you can say he carried the team because he played the most minutes, yeah. So he has always done that. Like I don't remember seeing LeBron on the bench for too long. And full disclosure, I don't watch the NBA like game for game like that either. And maybe we're too unqualified people to talk about this.
Probably.
But,
you know what? Guess what? It's a podcast.
I like sports,
and we can talk about whatever.
I like seeing the All-Star games, and I like seeing the playoffs. And my big feeling about it, because I have a huge feeling about it, because this stacks the West Coast.
Oh, absolutely.
There are aging superstars on the East. There are no big name superstars on the East right now.
We got what? We got Steph. We got Steph Curry.
Kevin Durant. LeBron.
Yeah.
Ball's making waves right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's stacked over here. You know, who's over there in the East? Like, you got. Fuck. I don't know anybody over there in the East.
Anybody from the East would be like, man, we got this person and this person. And by the way, y'all on the comments, go ahead and leave us some names, some good players from the East.
I'm finna look up last year's NBA.
But you know what
All-Star.
trips me out is that you know, I'm not from Utah, but this is where we stay. We're in Utah. We're by Salt Lake, and I never heard nothing about the Jazz. Like the Jazz, like to me was like, what? That's a team? Like, to be honest, like I'll just be honest.
Man,
and I only knew them because of video games. You know, I'd say, oh, the Jazz, and I liked it because they had a music symbol. You know, like they had a note,
right?
A quarter note for their fucking thing. But man, it's big out here, and they're actually doing pretty good the last couple of years. The Jazz, and it just trips me out because they were never on my radar. I was like, who the fuck is this? You know,
man. They made history over here in Utah. Karl Malone and John Stockton. That's
yeah. See, and that's like, I don't know if that's before my time. Maybe I was too young or something. I don't know, but
yeah, we came up in the.
I mean, I remember those names from NBA Jam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we came up in the ass end of their careers, definitely. But still, that's a staple. After them. Oh shit. Nobody.
That's what I mean. But now, like, I remember the last, I don't know, I think it was a year or two ago, maybe even this year, I don't know. But I remember them like getting close to like hitting the playoffs. Like they were pretty fucking good. And everybody out here is all about like, they're very big into hometown teams. We're talking the Utes, you know, in college football. We're talking BYU.
Right.
You know, they love their teams out here, and they sport it. That's all I see out here. You know, they support it a lot, but like I go out to Cali, I don't see a fucking BYU sticker. I don't see a fucking, you know, Utah Ute sticker anywhere.
Right.
Never, you know? So I don't know. It just trips me out. You go to any certain region but see, that's the thing. I'm a Raiders fan. You go anywhere in the goddamn country and you see a fucking Raiders shield.
Right.
It don't matter where the fuck you are. You'll see a Raiders shield. I guarantee it.
Right.
So it just tripped me out when it comes to that, to the Utah teams.
Just I was trying to look up the rosters at least from last. Let me look up last year's roster.
You talking about
All-Star rosters?
Oh, All-Star.
Yeah, because that's East and the West. So
yeah, so the best of both worlds, both sides. And you're talking about the Olympic team?
No, just All-Star.
Oh, just All-Star.
I was talking about the East and like how LeBron moving to the Lakers stacks the West now.
Yeah.
So this isn't giving me what I want. But oh shit. DeMarcus Cousins plays for DeMarcus Cousins, Anthony Davis, that's the Pelicans. Those are East Coast.
What the fuck
teams.
is the Pelicans?
New Orleans.
When did that become a
thing? A couple years ago.
Really? Yeah. See, that's how far off I am. Like, I don't pay attention to that. Like, I still remember the Magic. I still, you know what I mean?
There's still Magic.
Oh, is there still Magic?
Yeah.
Oh. See,
they haven't been on anybody's radar in a decade almost. They haven't had nothing's gone through Magic Town. Who is
Shaquille O'Neal came from the Magic.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Orlando.
That was
Orlando
big.
Magic. Yeah, nobody's come through Orlando in a minute. But so Boston has Cal Irvin. I think he got traded too. He's now West Coast All-Star.
Oh shit.
I don't see any of these names you probably recognize.
They're bringing them all out to the West. I don't know what that's all about, but
yeah, I that's my own and I've always said this. Like, I stopped watching sports a long time ago when I stopped. I'm gonna tell you the exact year I started watching sports when the Titans lost to the Rams in the Super Bowl. I then knew as a young kid that this is all bullshit. This is politics. This is
what.
This is the teams that bring in the most money. This is the teams with not even like, because the Titans were stacked against the Rams that year.
So hold on. So you're telling me you think that these games are rigged?
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Point blank, definitely. And I think, and I say that because if it wasn't, like, it's got everything involved, and big money is fucking rigged, man. I don't want to get into my conspiracy theory bag over here, though.
Damn.
Man, everything involving big money like that is rigged. Hollywood's rigged. Fucking.
You think the moon landing was fake? If we talking about rigged in Hollywood, come on, man. What you think? Tell me the truth.
I think what. Fuck, I don't know, man. I really don't know. What I've seen and what I've researched looks legit, but there are certain discrepancies about certain videos, pictures that we've seen that are kind of suspect. So when you're on the moon has no atmosphere. Point blank period. There's no atmosphere on the moon.
Yeah.
So therefore sunlight looks different from the moon than it does on Earth because sunlight goes through our atmosphere. There's no atmosphere on the moon. Yeah. So you're getting all that. You're seeing the sun for what it is.
Should be bright as fuck.
I mean, it is. But so the moon doesn't rotate. Did you know this? Like, you know how our planet like rotates?
Yeah.
The moon doesn't rotate. The moon is phase locked with the Earth. So the same face we see on the moon is there every night. It doesn't rotate.
Yeah.
So they want to tell us that they landed on the moon with the sun's full force coming at them, and nobody died, nobody was fried, nobody caught UV poisoning, they had all this mapped out. And I can say that the NASA's full of smart motherfuckers, so they probably did have it figured out. But it's just hard to believe. And the pictures that we see are so clear and detailed for that environment. Pictures aren't that clear here on Earth.
Shit, I can't even get a good picture at nighttime with my fucking iPhone.
Right?
The fuck?
So, those pictures they're just professional. And it's a lot of things about space that are up for question nowadays, but I don't believe, I won't go into the whole saying that the Earth is flat and fucking,
please don't.
Nah, I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. There's a lot of evidence telling me contrary to that. We wouldn't have the phases of the moon, one example, if the Earth was flat. We see a full moon every night. There would be no, if the Earth behaved the way a flat Earth model behaves. We see a full moon every night. There would be no phases of the moon.
So I want to get into this, and this is just going to be a tangent, kind of on the same subject. So in high school,
right,
I was in chemistry class. I was a freshman, and I used to get high as fuck before I ever went to school.
I got baked in high school too.
Yeah, I would just smoke a fat ass bowl or joint or hit the bong or whatever, and I'd go to school, right? So my first period was chemistry. I was in AP chemistry, and I remember we were learning.
Shout out weed advocates,
right? And legalize it everywhere.
Legalize weed.
Everywhere.
Bullshit.
Fuck the bullshit. But but I remember I went in and I was high as fuck. But we started learning about the nucleus and the fucking electrons and all the shit, right, how they orbit around each other, right?
Okay.
So I'm high as fuck. I'm in this class. I tell my teacher, I'm like, so does that mean that it could be close to our solar system? Maybe, our sun, since we revolve around it, is our nucleus and right, all these things, right? And I'm just high talking the fuck out of this dude in front of everybody. You know what I mean? But and no bullshit. He kicks me out of class. He told me, he goes, you know what? He goes, I want you to go to the principal's office right now. And I'm like, what?
For asking questions.
Why? I guess. And he sent me out. And I remember what the fuck? I was thinking to myself, I didn't even do anything. I think he knew I was high. I don't know. Maybe my eyes were red as fuck. I have no idea. But so years later, I'm on the ship. I'm on the John C. Stennis, shout out U.S. Navy. But I'm there and I'm late at night. I'm watching fucking Through the Wormhole with motherfucking Morgan Freeman.
Right.
What does this motherfucker say?
We got little solar systems in our bodies.
He says this. He says, you can think of the solar system as kind of like an atom and with the electrons surrounding it. I stood up in my seat and I said, "I told you, motherfucker." I swear to God, I hopped up on my fucking chair in the middle of the fucking ocean on the ship, watching fucking TV, and I was so fucking that's a tangent, but I'm just saying, like,
it's very similar from what I understand. And I used to be a big science guy. I used to read all the articles and all. It's very similar, but how things operate on a larger scale and how things operate on a atomic scale are different. It's like different.
Of course.
So you have that's why it's two different. You go to Neil deGrasse Tyson for these kind of talks. I'm just talking at my ass right now, but I'm gonna tell you what I know. Astrophysics and physics are different. So those things move. So it's not the nucleus making these things. It's actually like impulses and electricity working on a smaller scale. It's not gravity, you know. So I mean, they do. I from the models we've always been shown, yeah, they move similar, you know, but it's not a set. So most the models that I don't know if they're still used today, but I made a model of atom and for science class back in elementary school, and it was the 2D model, the nucleus. You got the set protons and neutrons for your nucleus, and then you have your set electrons, and they don't move in a set. They kind of just bounce around, you know?
Yeah.
And when they're put into compounds, those electrons move around from nucleus to nucleus, making that compound. So, I don't know what we were talking about. Yeah, I would.
We started off talking about, you know, do you think that the moon landing was fake? And then I jumped onto a tangent talking about space and all that shit just for fun.
I'm off the moon landing. But yeah, I mean, from one atom, it's very similar to us because, and this is going further down the rabbit hole, as above, so below.
See, I was just about to say that too.
I feel that. As above, so below. So it's very fathomable that it's the same. Like, are we universes walking around? You know, are those?
We're made of stardust. I mean, you know what I mean? Same shit. Carbon, all that shit.
But
where we come from? See, that's where we're getting deep now.
I used to wonder if the moon landing was fake because we haven't been back. Why haven't we been back?
That's what I thought too. It's like, well, we did it, and then that was it.
Yeah. Why we go just once?
Like, that's all we needed. Like, it was we did a one night stand with the moon.
I'm pretty sure there's a lot of shit up there to find out and explore about our planet, about ourselves. Like, why haven't we been back? And why can't we go anywhere else? Now, that brings up a lot of other questions that I've come into knowledge about, like how the planet is surrounded by some kind of dome, but not like a flat earth dome, but we can't go outside of the atmosphere or we just evaporate. It's some shit like that. It's crazy. Like, these people have gone, they send up fucking hot air balloons or space, not space, but like weather balloons. Cameras attached, and the camera just crashes for some reason. Well, motherfucker, it's difference in pressure. First of all,
there's all kinds of shit that goes on.
It's all kinds of shit that goes into that. So you can't just say, oh, the camera hit something and fell back to the earth. No, the difference in pressure caused the balloon to burst.
Yeah, either that or it's self
or it froze.
Yeah,
like shit. People have discounted gravity. Like, I never got that because I'm like, well, how are you on the ground? Like, what do you call that force that holds you to the ground? Right. It just is. You're just heavy enough to stay here.
Man, Newton figured that out a long time ago. Man.
Yeah, like, it's a lot of conspiracy theory nuts, but I do believe that we're in an age of enlightenment. So we're finding out a whole lot of things about us as humans and about our planet, and it has come almost full circle to where the Mayans first looked up at the stars and thought, like, what the fuck was going on up there?
They know so much.
The Mayans?
Not even just them, just all those different cultures and civilizations. They all had very similar structures. I'm talking pyramids.
They study
all that stuff, but
they study just like, and we think that our intellect is so new, but it's not. We've always been human.
See, but this is what I always tripped out on is ancient Egypt, right?
Right.
They had pyramids. Mm-hmm. The Mayans had pyramid-shaped temples.
Right.
All these different cultures. There was no internet. There was no fucking Facebook to be like, hey, check out this fucking temple I built.
Right.
So how the fuck did they all end up building the same type of structures?
That can be debated. Aliens, probably. I won't discount aliens that they've probably been here before. I won't be the one that says aliens don't exist. I know as big as we're told the universe has to be, there's got to be something else out there. I'm not that egotistical to think that my life is so important.
Ones and shit.
Yeah, there's got to be something else out there. Whether they visit here is up for debate. I think they have. Why not? If we could go to other planets, we would.
We're in the infancy.
Yeah. If we could we're trying to go to other planets. So you think somebody else, another species that has been here longer than we have, has not figured out how? Like, it's an ego thing too. We think we're so fucking great. And we on this planet, at least, we are the highest form of intelligence.
We're top dogs.
Yeah. So, but even that's debatable because I hear dolphins are smarter than us. Well, why haven't dolphins fucking built cities under?
But the fucking ocean is bigger and deeper than the fucking than what we even. That's another outer space right there.
Right. And we still have not successfully found ways to navigate it.
So you're
safely.
telling me that we could find a way to go to the motherfucking moon, but we can't even hit the deepest parts of Earth?
That's a good fucking point.
I'm just saying.
That's a good fucking point. So, like, I'm not gonna be the motherfucker that says the moon landings are fake, because I don't know. I have my doubts. I will say that I do have my doubts about it.
Yeah, I do too.
They said we went. There are space. They're not. No, I'm lying. Those are only models that they have at the NASA museum. They're not the real functioning.
And they got moon rocks and shit. But how the fuck do you know that
they won't even let us see the moon rocks?
Where the fuck are they?
They won't even let us see the moon rocks are hid in some vault somewhere, and they're worth billions. Just because of that, I think it was an economic thing. It was definitely a rivalry with the Soviet Union.
Oh fuck yeah! That's
cool. So, I'm pretty sure that had a lot to do with it. And we were leading in Hollywood, so it was easy.
It was easy for us to just fucking fake that shit.
Yeah. So send a fucking dud rocket up far enough so it can disappear, and people will be like, "Oh,
where'd it go?"
Yeah. So, it's just the recent. It just makes me question like some of the recent explosions of space shuttles.
Yeah.
Challenger, fucking the other one. I can't think of the other one's name. But like 3 that I could think of have exploded just launching. So you're telling me that in the 1960s, like, that's 40 years.
That's a long time.
That's 50 years
that's
now.
That's a lot of technological advances.
Motherfucker, we got mini fuck a cell phone. We got a mini computer in our fucking pocket now. When at that time they had computers. They had computers that would have filled this whole room.
That was the whole block.
And didn't fucking do half the shit that your computer does right now.
My iMac.
Yeah.
Shout out Apple.
So these computers filled entire rooms and didn't do half the things that the computers we have. Like
40 years is a long time when we're talking technological advances. Huge.
So Yeah, there's a lot of doubt.
So you're telling me you could send a rocket to the moon, 40 years later, they're all crashing and blowing up?
Right. There's a lot of doubt. And I will admit that. Did they, by the off chance, make it? They probably made it. Do I think they came back?
Well, ask Buzz. He'll tell you.
Buzz Aldrin is fucking senile now. I'm like, do you know the so Buzz is the only one alive out of his team.
Out of the whole thing?
Yeah.
Dang.
He's the only one alive, and he's senile. He's crazy. He doesn't talk much now. He just kind of sits there and makes faces.
Well, I mean,
at press conferences. I mean, he's 80 something.
Yeah, he's old.
He's got to be 90 now. He's up there. If he's alive, is Buzz Aldrin alive? Google. I Google it later.
They're coming out with that movie though here. There's a movie.
Fuck the
Buzz
movies.
Aldrin movie. Now think about this. Let's go real deep.
Right.
It's a movie about a movie.
About a movie.
The moon landing was fake.
Right.
So it's a movie.
About a movie.
And they're making a movie about a movie that they made
There
to fuck people up.
There was something on Netflix a little while ago. I don't know if it's still there. They went into the whole documentary.
They tried to debunk it or what?
Yeah. Well, it was a show, but it was about the moon. It was about the conspiracy of the moon landing. So these guys had uncovered the plot to fake the moon landings.
Oh.
They were like reporters or something. I can't remember the name of the show, but it was on Netflix. It might still be there. Or they might have pulled it.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to be the podcaster that says the moon landings were faked. I don't want nobody knocking at my door about spreading the truth.
Hey.
Because I don't really know. I'm not that well read about the moon landings.
It could be and it couldn't be.
Yeah.
We'll just leave it at that.
It's definitely a reasonable doubt. And a reasonable doubt in court is enough to send your ass to quit you. So
send somebody somewhere.
right.
Well, shit.
What are you watching on Netflix? Speaking of Netflix, what are you watching?
Oh, you know what I just fucking saw? This shit had me dying, bro. It's a show called Big Mouth. So this shit right here, like
I watched the first season.
Oh god damn. This shit had me fucking rolling like off the couch, like screaming, laughing. Now there's a lot of good people in there, a lot of good comics, comedians, voicing these characters, and it's just, if you know, I mean, you know about it. You saw the first season.
Yeah, I saw the first season.
It's all about, adolescence and growing into yourself, but it shows the woman point of view and the man point of view, and that's the best.
That's what
part.
I liked about it.
That's what I love about it, because it kind of gives us an insight about
these
like
women.
Girls, they think just as fucking crazy as we do. It's just crazy in a different
They're a little
way.
bit nastier
Like,
too.
all we think about is fucking, spanking our monkey and shit. We want to fucking jerk it off and fucking that's real shit. And if you say it's not, then you're a fucking liar. But girls are like that too.
Right.
They had that thing, where that girl, she had a little glowworm. They didn't call it a glowworm, but you remember glowworms. I had a glowworm. But she's just humping this glowworm like she needed it. You know what I mean? And she called it the worm dance or some shit. And there's a lot of crazy shit in that show.
Have you ever and if you can remember back, but in your high school, have you ever heard stories of girls getting caught in the bathroom sticking foreign objects up their vaginas?
You know what? I never heard stories like that when I was growing up.
I heard a couple of those stories.
I did not. Not
of girls in their primes. I don't know if that's creepy.
See, but I heard stories
that's not their
about,
primes.
about girls handing out fucking blowies. You know what I mean? And
I mean, I heard those stories too, but I heard like around that adolescent turn, I've heard of girls being in the bathroom
fucking
jerking off.
See, no, I never heard that. No.
Yeah. But I definitely heard both those kind of stories, and I just thought that was funny. I never heard any stories of guys getting caught jacking off. Maybe they did, and the guys were just like, "Shit, I'm gonna jack off too." You know how dudes is. We were like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna jack off too, fool."
That shit, I waited until I got home. I hit up Showtime. I hit up the fucking softcore. Skinamax. I had, hold on, just shout out real quick to fucking Hot Springs Hotel. If y'all don't know about Hot Springs Hotel, that shit was the first thing to make my dick wet. And I know that's gross. I'm sorry to say it that way, but look that shit up. That was a good one. Hot Springs Hotel, Red Shoe Diaries. Fucking what's homeboy's name on Californication? I forgot his name. David Duchovny. That's the one. He was in Red Shoe Diaries.
He did a softcore porn?
Yeah, a long time ago. I think it was around the same time as fucking X-Files and shit. I don't know.
I never do that.
Yeah, dude, check that shit out. Red Shoe Diaries. But anyways, I was a big like aficionado at the time. Like, you know, my uncle, rest in peace, he used to let me go to his place and he would get drunk and he would fucking pass out. But I used to stay the night over there and he had fucking porno videos just kicking it, like VHS tapes, like old school VHS tapes.
Right.
And I just slapped that shit in. And the young kid I was like, oh, fuck, what the fuck is this? And then I'd see what they were doing and I was like, oh, maybe if I do that too, that'd do something nice.
How you feel about, obviously you watch porn.
Yeah.
How you feel about porn going as mainstream as it has?
Oh, you know what, man? Like porn.
Is it main? Would you consider it mainstream, or is it still kind of in that gray area of society?
It's pretty mainstream. I mean, it got to the point. I remember movies, you know, being like real. Ooh, they're showing titties.
Yeah.
You know, ooh, there's an ass shot. Yeah. Now it's like full on dick, like in movies, and like full on puss, like bush and everything. Like, yeah. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think it's going mainstream, and I think it's getting a little raunchier every fucking year. And I don't know, man. Like I used to be a big porn fan, you know, but nowadays I try to like keep it to a minimum, just because
I only watch porn and jerk off, and then I turn it off. I can't sit and watch porn. No,
like I wouldn't just sit like a movie and watch it.
Yeah.
Although I always wondered, like, why isn't there like a good ass movie with great actors and that just fuck? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I would love to watch, like if I was watching something good, like fucking like Zach and Miri make a porno, yeah, they fucking there. But what if it was straight dick vag shots, like straight porn, but it was good acting too, fucking funny. It's like, man, you get the best of both worlds, and like you could be laughing and be like, oh shit, they're fucking, and then like your dick will start getting hard, and you'd be like, oh shit.
When I saw that movie, I thought that, but because I guess every movie would then have to be a romantic comedy or something like that. See, like a dramatic.
It's a slippery slope, right? So next thing you know,
dramedy or something.
Like how Deadpool, right, was the first comic book movie to go full rated R, like everything. I think that was like the big box office hit. So let's say they make this romantic comedy with legit fucking porno sex scenes in it. Then everybody's gonna have to outdo them. If
Batman Begin, that Dark Knight trilogy wasn't rated R. That's pretty graphic. I guess not, because nobody bled or anything, so they didn't curse or anything. So it was dark, but I think it was like PG-13. I don't think it was rated R.
I don't even remember. Yeah, all I know is that was like one of the first ones that was like legit, like just talking all kinds of shit, cuss words, fucking everything.
Yeah, so, they even said it in the beginning of the first one. I can't believe this is a fucking superhero movie. Yeah, exactly. He just turned that guy into a fucking kebab.
Shout out Ryan Reynolds, funny ass motherfucker. But
man.
But yeah, so like I think it's a slippery slope. You start that, then next thing you know, every single rom-com is gonna have fucking Bush in it. You know what I mean? Because they have to outdo the other one to get big. That's why all the fucking new comic book movies are probably going to be rated R, as half of them, because of that. Because of how Deadpool. You don't think so?
Nah, they're not, because it's Disney now. Well, I think
Marvel.
I think Deadpool 2 might be the last Deadpool. I don't think they're gonna do it anymore because Deadpool 2 kind of sucked. But
that shit was good.
It wasn't as good as the first one. It wasn't as good as the first one.
Oh, that shit cracked me up. That whole fucking movie was dead.
Even in the comic books, though, Deadpool is kind of the obscure character. He doesn't have a long history of comics like Thor, and Iron Man, Avengers.
No.
He doesn't have that.
To see?
I think the first Deadpool comic was like in the 90s.
I'd like to see a Deadpool Spider-Man
mashup
joint movie, because those two, like, to me growing up, Spider-Man, I loved him because he was such a smart ass and he always talked shit. the whole time, and Deadpool was too. And they even have a cartoon series, or not. I don't think it was a whole series, but a couple episodes where they mixed up, and it was Deadpool and Spider-Man, and they were like fucking best buds, dude. And they were both talking shit, and it was funniest shit ever, dude. Like both of them together is a fucking match made in fucking craziness. But I'd love to see that.
Speaking of movies, what's the fucking me?
What we talking about? What happened?
So I have this big, huge pet peeve with movie theaters. I'm tired of spending a small fortune going into a movie theater and it's just trash.
Yeah.
The movie theater's trash. Nobody came through and cleaned up between sets. This floor is all sticky. The seats are sticky. Like some of the newer movie theaters are pretty good. Like the one by my house is it's on 3300 South. Shout out Mill Creek. Yeah, that was pretty good. But like I just remember like movie theaters used to be trash. But growing up, movies were not as expensive. Like you can catch a $5 movie.
But that just has to do with inflation. You know,
who are these people paying?
Dude, employees. I remember them saying I used to get a soda for a nickel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's real shit. But
Yeah.
I feel you though, but I think it has to do with
It's like $17 for a movie ticket, dog.
They're trying to get their pay. Do you know how many fucking people it takes to make a movie? Yeah. A lot. There's a lot of production that goes into a movie. I'm talking sound,
dude.
Fucking camera work, fucking visual effects, fucking actors, fucking writers, like all that shit. That's a lot of fucking people.
Right.
And $17 a head for a movie. Like,
And they still don't break even sometimes. I got you. I got you.
Just because I'm part of the arts, you know what I mean? I appreciate all the work that goes into making something like that, music or movies.
It just pisses me off that they're not well maintained for that price.
Yeah, and then you can get on sites, or excuse me, I pushed the fucking mic away from my mouth. But you can get on sites and watch that shit for free if you really want to get into it.
Yeah,
and you're taking away from the people that made that shit.
I pay for all my movies.
Yeah, me too. I pay for every single one of them.
I pay for all my movies, but I also haven't been to the movies in a long time. Well, no, I've been going more recently. I've seen all the recent Avengers in the movies.
Me too.
Those are about the only movies I'm supporting right now, though, for real.
Yeah.
Besides the Netflix
Infinity
movies.
War? Shit, I'm all about it. I can't wait for them two to come out.
I was kind of mad that they broke it up. Like, I didn't think that was broken up. And then I sat through it and was ready for the end and to be continued. I'm like, what the fuck?
Motherfucker.
What the fuck? We already know the nigga gonna lose. Put it in one movie.
It's been 3 hours. I need 3 more. Give me the next one right away.
Jeez. But
I'll tell you
speaking
what,
of movies, though, do you
DC.
think...
That's all I got to say about that.
Say it again.
I said Marvel's killing DC.
Fuck yeah.
I haven't seen a DC movie that I like.
All the movies was trash. Wonder Woman. That was a good one.
That was the best one.
That was a good one.
It was really good.
It
was so good I thought it was Marvel for a minute. I was like,
I was actually a big I liked the Superman one.
The first one that came out, the newer one?
Steel. I think it was
Steel.
I think it was called with the handsome guy.
The handsome guy.
Yeah, he was fighting Zod.
Yeah.
And they had
the first one, Man of Steel.
Okay.
Yeah, that was like the first of the new ones.
No, it wasn't the first of the new ones. Nah.
It was. I don't know.
Because the first of the new ones was one he got shot in the eye. Did you see that one?
I don't.
The Superman got shot in the eye and the bullet like bounced off his face. That's not the one I'm talking about. I'm talking about the one where, let me look it up. I think it's Steel.
I didn't even get like that far into those.
I like that one, but it was really cheesy. So
I don't know. Like for me, I was always a huge Marvel fan growing up. I loved Batman when it came to DC.
Right.
But that's it. Like even like Superman, I didn't get real into him. It just seemed too cheap for me. Like who wants to watch a fucking or read a comic of someone that could do everything. Like,
but that's not what Superman's about, and I love
know,
that.
Like, to me, it was too much. I was like, God damn, this fool, what can't he do?
But that's not supposed to be the focus. So the Superman is. So think about it like this.
Yeah.
All the other superheroes are normal people trying to be super.
Yeah.
Superman's already super, but he's trying to be normal.
Yeah, I can see that. Like, as a kid, I didn't see that. That's too deep for me. Like this fool's got laser eyes. And
That's what Superman was about. It was about him being super, but him trying to be normal.
Trying to fit in and shit.
And it was just really supposed to be his struggle with that, and like how he goes crazy and destroys half the planet. Like, Superman's deep. Like,
yeah, I'd have to delve into that a little bit more, I think.
Superman's kind of deep. Superman's a lot deeper than people give it credit for.
Yeah.
But I mean, you wouldn't catch that. So
see, but I always like Batman because he was normal, but he was smart enough to fuck up the strongest person in the universe.
Yeah, so it was Man of Steel. That is the one I'm talking about. It's like fucking Christopher Reeves did 8 of these motherfuckers.
Oh,
no, he did
Christopher
6.
Reeves, yeah, he's the original Superman.
Yeah, he did 6. Superman Returns was his last. That was not Christopher Reeves. That's the one I'm talking about where the fucking bullet bounces off it. That was the worst fucking movie ever. The worst fucking movie ever. Brandon Roth. Fuck you, Brandon Roth.
Dang. He
was Superman.
Oh, he was Superman.
Yeah. But what any movies you looking forward to?
Looking forward to shit. Actually, yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody.
About Sting. Queen.
Yeah,
I said Sting.
Huge Queen fan. And I think his name's Rami.
Let me look it up.
I forget, but he's looks like he's gonna be a great Freddie Mercury.
Huh?
I think it's Malik, or I forget his name, but I like him from Mr. Robot. You ever see Mr. Robot?
Arigato, Mr. Robot. Nah.
Mr. Robot's a dope ass show if you haven't seen it. It's pretty good. But anyways, he's an actor in there. He's the main actor in that show. And I just think he's gonna make a fucking great Freddie Mercury. And just that story, Freddie Mercury's story is just amazing.
Yeah, Rami Malek.
Yeah, Rami Malek. So
Mike Myers is in there. Ray Foster. That's dope. That's dope, though. That's dope.
Yeah, but that's one I'm really looking forward to. That's probably the next one.
My thing about biographies is it has not been a lot of good biographies.
No, absolutely
biopics.
Not. No.
Especially like movie biopics.
And you know what? I just saw one recently and I was really excited for it when I heard about it, and I didn't end up watching it till later, but it was Andre 3000 portraying Jimi Hendrix. And I love Hendrix.
That was on,
and I love Andre.
That was on Netflix, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Or Hulu, something like that.
I saw
one
it on
of them.
Netflix.
Okay.
But no, I'm a huge fan of both, you know.
I haven't seen it. I gotta look at that.
And it was good, but it wasn't great. I don't think it like delved in to Hendrix's life as much as I wanted it to. It was like an early representation. Like, I don't know. It just didn't go as far as I wanted it to.
I don't know enough about Hendrix's personal life. So anything I saw in the movie would be new to me. So you being following Hendrix and just hearing the songs that they play here and there, like I would probably have been satisfied. I'm gonna watch it.
Well, I mean, it touched on a lot of the things that I didn't even know.
Right.
You know, but at the same time, it just wasn't. It didn't. I guess what it is when the movie ended, it didn't feel like I wasn't satisfied.
You want some more?
I needed more. I needed more. Like, I wanted it to be like The Doors.
Like, did he go all the way to his death, or?
Yes, kind of. I don't want to ruin the movie for anybody who hasn't seen it, but I'll just say yes, kind of.
On a scale from, you seen Selena with
oh fuck yeah,
with Jennifer Lopez?
I fucking love that movie.
I love that movie too. Did you see Ray?
Yes, Ray was good. I liked Ray.
Well, I can't use that scale because I didn't like Ray. But
I liked it. I thought it was good.
And just like Jimi Hendrix, I knew Ray Charles, and I didn't feel that touched Ray Charles at all.
Okay, so there you go. I guess it all just
like it started good with how he became blind and stuff, but it just it was all about him doing drugs and abusing women, and that wasn't what Ray Charles was about at all. He's a blind man trying to make it.
Yeah.
And they didn't touch on that.
They didn't push that in.
It was all about and he had a lot of ills. He had a lot of ills, like probably more so than anybody. But that wasn't Ray Charles. Like, I didn't feel. But what was a bad biopic for you?
Ooh, a bad one. Fuck. I'm trying to think of one that I just did not like. I don't know. To be honest, I can't think of one off the top of my head. I mean,
The Doors.
Nah,
that movie was terrible.
I love The Doors.
That movie was terrible, dude.
I love that movie.
Maybe just because I didn't know The Doors.
That's Oliver Stone, baby.
That movie was terrible.
He's a great director. He's the whole thing. He got the whole shebang on that one.
I hate the biopics that just focus on the negatives, and I felt that was another one.
How it was. That's what it was.
The Doors. They were a great, influential.
Of course, they were
rock band, and they were more than their drug addictions. And I just don't like movies like that.
Okay.
Like, let's focus on what they did good, and we can say that. I don't know. Maybe I guess you got to work with what you got. I feel that.
What I liked about it.
Don't go on a 40-minute dare movie, trying to get kids off of. We know drugs is bad.
No, see, but here's the thing, though, is they showed the good and bad part of it. They were, at the beginning, they were on drugs, and that's what got them to be where they were.
Right.
But it's just like anything else, too much of a good thing is bad. So they kept continuing. And he kept
Dewey
going.
Cox.
Dewey Cox was dope.
Dewey Cox was,
that was a good
but it was a spoof. It was a spoof, right?
Of course.
Because that's what movies are. They focus on just the negative, and then they give you a little bit of the good at the end when the person's dying, and I don't like that.
Yeah. Okay.
I think, and that is most musicians' lives. They have long periods of bad, but just stop doing movies about those artists because we already know drugs are bad. I don't know. I just don't like that. I like,
show me a sober, influential artist,
or just focus on the music. Just focus on what they did for the music.
Yeah.
And you ain't even got to go into their personal life that much. They were doing drugs.
See, but that's the kind of thing that I like, though. I like to see their personal life. That's the side that nobody ever gets to see.
I guess that's what a biopic is, though.
That's what it's for. You know what I mean? It's to show everything. So if they make a movie about me and they want to put in the 2 years that I did methamphetamines and fucking was crazy as fuck, put it in that motherfucker. I don't care. Show how I stole from people and I stole from my mama and all that shit.
Right.
But at the same time, show that I gave that money back and I helped people out and I quit the shit. So that's just life, man.
Well, it seems like they draw those years out, but they don't focus on the good.
You know what? I just saw one recently. It was Eric Clapton, and it's on Netflix, and they actually omitted 2 years. Like, they started talking about his alcoholism and him doing that, and they said, okay, well, he stopped doing shows and he stopped writing and all this stuff, and it just said 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. It didn't go through that whole time of him being fucked up. It just skipped that time to where he started writing again, and it made it like an uplifting ending instead of a real downer, you know what I mean? But that was his life. He did really good, and then he got real drunk and fucking started yelling crazy shit at concerts and telling people to fuck off on the stage. And then they cut those years out, like, okay, let's omit that. And then he came back, and he auctioned off all his guitars for his charity and stuff.
And I'm finna go against everything I just said, but
yeah.
Like you said, he didn't do anything in those 3 years, so maybe that's why they admitted it. They just didn't want to see him fucked up.
So let's go back to the Doors then. So that whole time that they were fucked up and he was fucked up, he was doing stuff. He was still writing. He was still recording poetry.
Right.
And then they put it in the movie. But if he wasn't doing anything, what would they write about? Oh, he was just waking up and getting drunk and going to sleep, and waking up and getting drunk and going to sleep. I know that. I'm bad. I battle alcohol.
Was Queen a drug addict? I don't know Queen.
No, his big thing was he was homosexual at a time where it was like really like whoa, and to be a rock star and be homosexual was like out of this world to even think about.
Queen is Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yes. So and
I don't know who's the other guy I'm thinking of.
Pretty sure he battled AIDS as well.
Who's the other guy I'm thinking of? The real eccentric rock star dude.
Real eccentric rock star dude. David Bowie.
David Bowie. So I always get those two mixed up.
Yeah, see, David Bowie wasn't gay. I do.
He's just like a Dennis Rodman character.
I have this feeling that he was definitely bi.
That's gay. He's gay as fuck.
Yeah, well, I think he just liked to be with people. We'll say that he liked to be with all people because he had a beautiful wife,
right?
You know, and I'm pretty sure him and
I never said he was gay. Drew said he was.
I'm
gay.
pretty sure him and Freddie.
I just said I got those two mixed up.
I mean, they had the song "Under Pressure" together. Freddie Mercury from Queen and David Bowie.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure they like probably messed around a little bit. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm talking out of my ass. I don't know for reals, but I mean, come on. Come on. That's all I got to say. Come on.
But that's another topic.
We just talking, man. We just stay talking. We still going.
Bio Big Sam. Talk about that. Any good, since we're on new things, any good music lately?
Well, I mean, that just depends. I mean, opinions, of course, opinions. But
for you,
see, like for me,
what are you bumping right now?
And you won't like it.
No, it's not it at all. I probably would have never heard it.
No. So right now, what's on heavy play in my stereo is Suicide Boys.
Right.
Heavy play. That brand new joint that they just put out, I Want to Die in New Orleans.
I never said I didn't like the Suicide Boys.
No, I know. Well, I was about to get into the one that you ain't gonna like.
Okay, go ahead.
I like Kamikaze.
I don't even know who the fuck that is.
That's Eminem's new album.
Oh,
Kamikaze.
I ever said I didn't like Eminem.
I don't know, man.
It's a
thin line.
I know it's a thin line, but here's the thing about Eminem. No black artist could have done what Eminem has done. Eminem gave me 4 back-to-back whack-ass albums. And it's still relevant to this day. No black artist has done that.
See, and he probably did. And I don't even know those albums, to be honest. I don't even.
All right, the first one, the Marshall Mathers and the Slim Shady, those were the shit.
Well, yeah, of course.
First 2 albums, the shit. Eminem Show
was good.
All right.
It was great. It was good.
What was the one after that?
You know why he stopped fucking with Dre? That's why.
Eminem. Look at this nigga discography. Because I listened to Eminem for a while, and I was just like, he's giving me the same shit back to back. What the fuck? All right.
Let's look it up.
I'm looking it up. While I'm looking it up, how you feel about the back to back with Machine Gun Kelly? Who you think won that little exchange?
You know what, man? Like,
did you listen to both albums?
Oh, of course.
Or both singles?
Yeah, I listened to both. I will always give M credit where credit's due because he's a fucking lyrical monster.
Right.
But I'll give Machine Gun Kelly credit because I think that diss was a legit diss track. I think that he gave it his all. I think he came out swinging as hard as he could fucking swing on that diss track. That was probably the best thing he could have ever done. I don't think he does anything better than that.
Have you ever heard the album Infinite?
No. Is that
like 3
Eminem
songs.
has a? You know what I did?
That's one of his
fucking dope.
earlier joints. I think this is underground.
You heard that song Chloroseptic?
I haven't heard that.
It was like right before he put out Revival. He put out a song called Chloroseptic.
And why aren't
That
these in
motherfucker was
order?
dope.
These are not in order. But so 1999, he drops the Slim Shady LP. Dope ass album.
Yep.
2000, the Marshall Mathers LP.
Dope as fuck.
Dope ass album. Encore. Dope ass album.
Yep.
Motherfuck me. He gets the guns. This is like a little mixtape he did. This is
You know which one was
the
good? The Re-Up. The Re-Up.
fuck you. That shit was nasty.
I like the Re-Up. That was a good one.
After Encore, Shady lost me. He got weird. He started just saying the same shit. He started his little pill phase, I guess. I guess he was always on pills, but he got real heavy into drugs. And he just see, music is subjective, and especially like hip hop, where hip hop has so much stigma against it, where an artist has to give you some soul too.
Yeah.
I didn't feel anything from Shady after Encore. There was no soul in his music. He was just making music, and he was just rapping for the fuck of it. He was just rapping words. Name something. Give me a quotable line from anything after Encore.
I didn't listen to anything after.
Are you serious? That's what whole argument.
No, that's fine. I mean, I still think he's dope as fuck just because he's really good with words. But I'm not saying he's like the best.
But that ain't enough though. Like,
I feel you. I feel you.
if you want to get technical, like really, really technical, Vanilla Ice was very lyrical. He didn't always show it. His songs that he put out didn't show it. But when he freestyled, the motherfucker was a monster.
Yeah.
Rapping words. But he had no soul. He had no feeling in his music. He was just rapping words.
Yeah, he's just a robot.
That's what I mean. Like, after a time, he was just rapping words. He was just making music because he knew people were gonna fucking eat it up.
This is what I think. This is what I think happened to Shady, if you ask my honest opinion. I think that he came out, his whole thing is talking shit, right? That's what makes him Slim Shady. He's a shit talker. He talks shit about how he grew up. He talks shit about his mom, his baby mama, his whoever fucking comes across his way.
All right.
So he got big, and he was the biggest thing fucking in music at the time. What else is he going to talk about? He ain't got shit else to talk about, and no one wanted to hear it. And so now he fell off. He put fucking Revival out, which nobody gave a fuck about, unfortunately. Because it's not that
sucked.
good. Yeah.
I listened to it. It sucked.
Yeah, see? So, but then old Slim came back. People started talking shit. And that's what he's good at. He's good at coming back for people's fucking throats. That's what he does.
Even I listen to Kamikaze. Even Kamikaze, as much as, first of all, people aren't talking shit on you. Anytime somebody's talking about you, is they have some kind of admiration toward you. They expect, for a person of your lyrical abilities and lyrical talent, expect a higher caliber rap from you. Not just this rappity rap shit just because you can rappity rap. Why you think he got blasted for that BET fucking cipher? It wasn't that he was white and was speaking on black issues. Yeah. It was that the shit was fucking whack. You gonna give, first of all, for him to talk on black issues was questionable. But then you're gonna give the topic one of your lamest schemes that you could have ever done. And I get that it was a spoken word battle rap type of, but come on, man, that's not what we know Shady for. We knew he was a battle rapper at one time, but that's not the Shady that we know. We know Shady is flippity flip words. He could have called Trump 4 different types of niggas before we even knew he said nigga. Yep. You know, and he didn't give us that. He gave us this lackadaisical fucking I'm Eminem and you're gonna eat it up anyway type of shit. And that's what I felt from Eminem after Encore, and I was not having it. You're not just, first of all, you're a guest. You are a guest. And you need, if you're gonna stay here, then you need to put forth effort. you're not just gonna put out music and people are just gonna eat it up. And his fans did. That's his fans' fault. His fans ate everything he shits out up because he's Eminem. He's not. And for people to argue that he's the best lyricist out there, Rakim could flip the fuck out of words for 16 bars.
Shit, Fife could fucking flip the fuck out of words.
Fuck Grand Poobah. Fucking Redman, fucking, Method Man.
Fucking Prodigy.
Flipping the fuck out of words. Eminem is top 20 best in lyrical talents as far as MCs go. He's not the best lyricist out there. He can flip the fuck out of some words. But first of all, what puts him so low in that category, if he had soul in his music, if he wasn't just rapping for the fuck of it, he would be so much higher in that list, at least for me. Like, there's nothing, he just raps because he can. Like, and that's a big part of mute. That's a big part of your replay value. That's a big part of, like, I felt that shit when he was talking about stands and how his fans, and just under the course of a year, just got militant status about Eminem. You couldn't say shit about Eminem. Somebody was at your neck about it.
Yeah.
Like, I felt that shit when Stan came out and he was talking about just the over ambitious fan. Like, I felt that shit when he was talking about Kelly and his mother. Not Kelly. I don't know who fuck Kelly is. But
Kelly?
Kim, his ex-wife or whatever, baby mama or whatever. I felt that shit. Not that I had a baby mama or a wife or nothing at the time, but I felt it. I felt that anger coming from him.
It was the feeling. That's what he was missing.
That's a big part of music, dog.
Huge part of music. That's the only part of music I go
So
for. I don't want somebody just playing a bunch of flurry of notes on a fucking guitar.
Right.
If there's no feeling behind it, who gives a fuck? It's too methodical. It's too, like, anybody can sweet pick.
That was Eminem me.
I'd rather hear Pink Floyd. I'd rather hear David Gilmour bend the fuck out of one note for fucking 2 minutes.
Right.
That doesn't mean anything.
That's hip hop's problem.
Yeah,
or when I say hip hop, I mean the old. I'm talking about these new fucks that are cutting. That's pop rock or whatever they gave the title to them, or whatever. That's not hip hop. So anybody wants to argue with me on that, fight me about it. I don't care.
See, that's why I fucks with Suicide, because they're different. Like they have feeling in them. It's different. It's not the same kind of feeling. And they talk about sipping lean and they talk about all this stuff, but I can feel what they're doing in their music. That's why. Like, if I listen to fucking 6ix9ine, I don't feel anything from that. I don't feel that. Like, when I hear Outkast, I feel that southernness. I feel like it makes me feel at home. Like I'm from the South, but I'm not. There. But I'm not. It makes you feel it, you know?
It's all Andre. Yeah. And Big Boy, they were those artists that could paint you a picture.
Yeah, and fucking Biggie, goddamn, any of them.
Yeah, fuck. They could paint you a picture with words. Like, and back to Eminem, I'm done with Eminem after that. Eminem did that for me the first 3 albums. He painted these pictures for me.
From himself, from the fucking trailer park, going through the shit and fucking.
But after that, he just started rapping. He made his money, and he knew people were just gonna eat it up. And that's exactly what happened. And now we got these fuckers running around talking about, oh, he's the best. He's the best. And Kamikaze was it went back to that a little bit for me, but I've been done with Eminem for a while.
That's the thing that gets me, though, is some of the biggest cats in the game give Eminem that credit. I'm talking people that you named off.
Yeah.
Method Man.
Right.
All these dudes, they give him credit. They put him up there.
I don't.
Not just me putting him up there. They put him up there. So what do you do with that? You know what I mean? Like, these are the cats
I think
that you're arguing for that put him up there.
I think that they're arguing for his musical as an artist, as a musician, as a lyricist. Yeah, I don't think they're talking about what he's done. I think they're more when they say Eminem and You know, those guys. I think they're talking about what he could do, what he can do, what he has been doing.
What he just did, if you ask me. I think Kamikaze is a fucking beast, but
it's definitely good. It's definitely not.
Dude, he murders that first song on there. He goes 5 minutes all the way through.
Lupe Fiasco went 8 minutes.
Lupe Fiasco ain't fucking.
Get out of here, bro. Don't even say nothing about Lupe.
All right.
Lupe went 8 minutes. I'm gonna play that. I don't know if I can, but I will.
We'll play the whole 8 minutes right now for y'all. He's not. Well, I got a piece, so I'm gonna leave you with Merc.
Yeah, I am. I'm finna let this is Lupe Fiasco mural.
Good luck. I'd rather listen to Hobson.
This is Lupe Fiasco's mural. And another thing to your point about them putting the Eminem where they put them. There's not too many people that want to outright beef with Eminem, especially in the rap game. And I'm not saying that they couldn't hold a candle to Eminem lyrically. I'm saying that you give respect where it's due, and he has earned respect in the rap game. He has put out classic albums. He has consistently put out music. I can say whatever I want to say about it or feel however I want to feel about it, but he has consistently put out albums from his debut till now. Yeah. There hasn't been, I think from Revival to even Revival was like 2015, 2016. So it wasn't a long.
Revival was last year.
Really?
The end of 2017.
Okay, see?
And then he just put out Kamikaze. No, it was the beginning of 2018, I think. He put it out.
Nah, it wasn't that far. It was a little hiatus between, I think it was 2016 when Revival. It was like dead ass 2016, like the dead end of 2016, something like that. It was a little hiatus between Revival and Kamikaze. That's what caused him to come out like he did. Yeah. Like they thought he disappeared because the Revival was trash. Yeah. Nah, fuck that. Revival was trash.
I didn't listen to it. I can't say
trash. Probably go listen to it. It's nothing like this shit was trash. That was a Lupe Fiasco mural. But I think that they give him his respect. And they kind of hold that's part of respect too. So if you have like adverse,
hold their tongue about it.
Yeah, they give him a pass. They know he has some troubles. They knew he had whatever going on. So they didn't want to come at him. And he's kind of at a level that a lot of them will never reach. And it's not because they're not on his level. No, it's because people won't get them.
Opportunity.
Well, no, it's not even that. It's that people do not get them the way that they get Eminem. Eminem speaks to a certain niche of people. Yeah. And unfortunately, that certain niche is that's a lot of people that Eminem is speaking to. And it's a lot more people than a Method Man or a Redman will ever speak to because they don't really know. They don't really understand it. They can recognize the skills, and maybe that's where it's a cultural difference.
Yeah, that's
Eminem is white trash. Yeah, I'm black trash. Like that, those two worlds rarely clash. They don't meet a lot of times unless you got some white trash living in black trash, and they usually become black trash. But
and that's what it is. That's exactly what happened to him.
And there's a lot of white trash people that live in black trash that don't listen to Eminem because they don't get it like that. So they see what he has done. They know what he can do. So they speak on that rather than what they think he should be able to do or what he should be doing. So it's a respect because they don't want Eminem coming for them and talking about something that they don't understand or something that he don't understand because it's like I see as a consumer, as a fan, I can sit here and say these things and point out these things and not have so many people shoot me in the back about it because it just is what it is. They're in the spotlight, and you're not gonna fight a colleague, and that's what he is really. As far as like in the art community, he's a colleague. So
yeah,
if they're gonna do anything, they're gonna big up him. Unless he says something whack about them, then they're gonna get on his neck. But
so how do you feel about Joe Budden?
Yeah,
he called him out. M called him out on that album.
Joe's been calling him out for years about Slaughterhouse.
Don't even
about the like.
But you think Joe's gonna come back on the track, come out of retirement for him? No,
he already said he wasn't. He's like, what he said about Joe is like true life. So there's really nothing Joe could. I mean, there's a lot Joe could say about, but Joe's retired. Joe hasn't released the album. He released Rage in the Machine like 2016. I still bump that album. Shout out Joe Budden. But yeah, I personally just feel that he's over it.
See, I don't even listen to Joe like that. Like who was he with? Like was he with the crew or what?
He's with Slaughterhouse. Joe Ortiz, Crooked Eye, I forgot the other cat's name. Royce and 5'9". They had a group Slaughterhouse. That was like early 2000.
So Royce is with M on that song.
Or Royce is his homeboy. They've always been together. But Royce and Eminem was the brainchild behind Slaughterhouse. So they brought Joel Joel, Joel, I can never say that name, Joel Ortiz, Crooked Eye, and Joe Budden on, and they formed the crew Slaughterhouse.
Okay. See, I don't even know all this history behind all that. I was just tripping out because I saw the beef. I just didn't know.
Yeah, he's been beefing with Eminem for a while over the letdown that he calls it. And maybe, but whoever thought of Eminem as a businessman was probably just as crazy as Eminem was. But
that fool came up so quick.
Yeah, he's an artist, you know. Just because he had some money and a little influence don't make him a businessman, you know what I mean? But I don't know the exact of all that went on, but I just know that Joe's been going at Eminem for a while, just talking shit, not even just rapping. And there's a song he has out called Slaughtermouse, which explained everything. So I think that was his first and last response to the whole, musically, to the whole Eminem thing. He let it go. He just said, fuck it. I'm not finna get out of bed for a fucking domestic abuse line. Like, I don't blame him. Lord Jamar's the same way. Lord Jamar, from Brand Nubian, shout out Brand Nubian, Grand Poobah, all them cast Sadai X. Sadai X might go after Eminem before Lord Jamar will, but Lord Jamar is like a conscious rapper.
Yeah,
you're not gonna get a conscious rapper to come battle you. You know, beef rap. Yeah. He's not a beef rapper, so he's not. And he even said this. So if he ever hears our podcast, I'm pretty sure he won't be mad at it. But he said Eminem's lyrically better than him, but he feels he makes better songs because his songs have soul. So.
See, that's the thing. I mean, I feel like it's rage that's Eminem's soul, is his anger. That's what got him where he was, is his anger.
But dude, you're like mid-40s, man. It's time to chill that out.
Right?
You know?
Like what else can you give us?
Yeah.
Right?
Like Jay-Z went with the 444. You know, he flipped
That's good
it.
Shit.
Right?
I still love Holy Grail, that fucking...
Like, talk about some social issues, or, I mean, rap about some of that shit. Like, it ain't just got to be racial either.
Like, please, like, M has that much talent and that much, like, do something good with it.
Yeah.
Like, quit talking shit on everybody and do something, like, worthwhile. Talk about the world. Do something.
Or, if you're not going to do that, then
stop.
Start grooming younger artists.
Yeah, the next. Yeah, just like fucking Dre did for him.
Right.
Yeah.
Start doing, but he's such a. And Joe Budden said this about him. I totally believe it. He's such an introvert, and he's so into himself, or not like narcissistic, but just like he's so in his own head. And he just doesn't get along with a whole lot of other people outside of, his little camp and, the people he's around all the time. So he might just not have that personality. He just want to lash out, which it is what it is. But I mean, you're mid 40s now, dog. It's either time to do something different because nobody wants to hear a angry, rich 45-year-old white man. Seriously. Nobody wants to.
Like that,
nobody wants to hear that shit. You're mid 40s, dog. You're white. You're rich. What the fuck are you angry about?
Yeah, he's just angry about people talking shit.
Who cares?
That's it though. Like if you get down to it, that's it.
Who cares?
He cares a lot.
You're a grown ass man. People gonna talk shit. You're in the limelight. People gonna talk shit about you. You're giving us whack ass music to talk shit about you anyway. Who cares? Get the fuck out of here, Em. Like, keep making music for the fans. I don't want to knock his hustle. That's what I don't want to do. I don't want to knock nobody's hustle, but this lane is just tired. It's just tired.
The lane is closed. Now, some new shit, that new Wu-Tang album that came out about a year ago.
Fuck yeah.
The shit.
Oh, what
the
about
saga continues?
What about that fucking tape I sent you? Did you listen to it?
I haven't got a chance to listen to Ghostface
Oh my
yet.
god, that's you'll love it. It's so many rock samples. It's like rock heavy samples. It's
really
dope. It's so dope.
Oh, see, I gotta get it. See, because when that new Wu-Tang came out, they came back and they didn't have to talk shit on nobody.
No.
I mean, they did.
And people have been talking shit on Wu-Tang all the time.
Yeah, they don't have to do that. I mean, you listen to Meth. God damn, you listen to Inspect. You listen to Ghostface. God damn, them fools are on the shit.
Because
they don't fuck
that's
around.
that's what I didn't like. Eminem came back like he had to prove that he could rap. And nobody ever said you can't rap, nigga. That's not what we've been saying about you.
Yeah.
You're giving us whack ass shit and we know you could do better.
So do better. And that was him doing better.
I guess.
It was better than Revival.
It was. I just wish did you hear did you hear that little video they made where the guy voiced over he was like Blampkins seizing too many napkins and they took his BT freestyle. And that shit funny, boo. I looked that shit up for you. It's like using too many napkins.
That shit's fucked up.
Oh man. But shit. I mean, I don't want to talk about this nigga too much because he gonna come for my neck first. Like, I don't care, but give us something else or just go home, I mean,
either way, I'll give him this. He's fucking the best at what he does. I'll give him that.
Great,
but
great talent.
I think the talent is going to waste just a little bit. Do more with it. That's all I got to say about that.
Right.
There's a lot of shit that can be talked about. There's a lot of ways you can flip things on other people. Don't go after your peers. Go after the world. Go after the real shit. You want to talk shit? Talk shit about the real shit that's going on. Anyways.
You want to do that.
Anyways.
Because it's, I'm pretty sure 85, 70, 80% of his fans are Trump supporters. Because he got a shit ton of backlash for that.
Yeah, he got
BT.
so much that I had never heard him like fall back or apologize for anything he's ever said. This album, he was like, I guess I shouldn't have drawn that line in the sand because I see my fucking fan base dropping to thirds and
that's who supports Trump.
Yeah.
They ain't like that
white
shit.
White people. Imagine that.
They ain't
white
like
people.
that shit. They ain't like that shit at all. You gonna talk shit about Trump? No.
I mean,
We can't
I
have
like
that.
Stan, but no.
No.
Sorry.
Shout out Eminem, man. We don't want to talk bad about you, but man, just give me that real shit, man. Hit up Vinny Paz for a verse. He'll show you what to do. You listen to Vinny Paz?
Oh yeah. Most definitely.
Hit up Vinny Paz, Ari the Rugged. Get with some of them guys. I'm sorry if I'm yelling, but get with some of them guys. Them boom bap, fucking hardcore lyricists. Like,
yeah, you want to show your lyrical talents? Hop on with fucking with homeboy from fucking Fuck That's Delicious. What's his name? Fucking, he's a bad motherfucker. Goddamn, he's on the tip of my tongue. Motherfucker.
Logic. No,
big dude. Fucking Action.
Action Bronson.
Get on with Action. Do a jam with Action.
Action and Eminem's kind of similar. I want him to get out of his comfort zone. I think that'd be a dope album. I think they did an album.
Did they?
Not an album. I think they did a song. But I have to look that up. I know Action did a joint because he sounds like Ghostface. He did a joint with Ghostface. You know, they were beefing for a little minute. Action and Ghostface. Because if you ever listen to Action Bronson, he sounds exactly like Ghostface Killer.
Oh shit!
So if you don't know the difference, you be like, that's the same fucking person. Because earlier Action Bronson, I haven't heard him recently, but when I first heard Action, I'm like, man, damn, Ghost was popping shit back to back. And it wasn't Ghost. It was this nigga. It was Action Bronson. But they were beefing for a while. Action Bronson said some disrespectful shit during the interview one time. He was like, he ain't rapping like this. Like, you rapping like him, bro. Like,
what you talking
fuck
about?
You talking about? Respect your legends, B. That's another thing that needs to be addressed in hip hop today. Hip hop, I hate to use that term and give it to these little motherfuckers, but
yeah, they don't even deserve that.
Every time a Lil Xan comes out and says Tupac is whack, or a Yachty says he's not a rapper, or Lil Uzi Vert says that he's not a rapper, he's a rock star, we need to push them away and let them go their own way. Don't call your shit rap. Stay the fuck over there. Like, you wanna be a rapper till it's time to be a rapper. And you can't even go on flex and freestyle personally, I'm not the best freestyle, but I would have a verse written to go on.
A lot of people go in there with the verse.
They don't go.
They memorize it. They don't have nothing like in front of them.
Yeah, I think
they memorize it. You know what I mean?
I would say out of the flex freestyles I've seen, Black Thought definitely freestyled that. Have you seen that? He went 10 minutes.
God damn.
Black Thought's crazy from the Roots.
From the Roots.
Black Thought.
Oh shit!
Are you serious, dude?
I'm sorry, my bad. I never.
Black Thought's nasty. Ooh,
He just went in, huh?
he went in 10 minutes straight. And Black Thought's one of those esoteric rappers, so you really have to know what he's talking about to get it. But like, even if you don't know what he's talking about, you can just appreciate how he puts those words together. He's just amazing.
I'm gonna have to watch that one.
But there's a lot of cats I think that. And I think they freestyle it because they go on and he has to chop the fucking freestyle up to make it cohesive and make it run. So I think a lot of cats do go on there and freestyle.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's when you sit there and be like, I ain't finna rap on these old ass beats, or you just being totally disrespectful, being a fucking queen about it.
Right.
You don't need a spot in here. And then Lil Xan fuckface is calling Tupac's music boring. Do you not know he paved the lane for you to do the whack shit that you're doing today?
No shit.
Motherfucker.
Fucking no respect. No respect for the old
ODing off Cheetos. You didn't OD off no fucking Cheetos.
Which you would have.
Man, died. The fuck out of here.
That's fucked up, but for real, it's like, maybe not like physically like die, but like die off the game, like bye.
I mean, he has kind of
out of here, like
he has kind of gotten the fuck out of here since his little
looking like fucking Carl from fucking Shameless ass motherfucker. Get the fuck
he
out
does
of here.
look like Carl.
Them fools are twins. I don't give a fuck what you say. Them fools are twins.
He looks like Carl with face tattoos.
Them motherfuckers are twins. They probably already know that. They probably kick it together.
They're just Lil Pump. He's another one. And disrespectful motherfucker.
That cracks me up. Like, I'll listen. Like, you ever heard of Lil Windex?
I've heard that name. I haven't heard any music.
Dude. Now, it's pure satire.
Right.
But it's like good, and which makes me sad because it's good because of the people that are actually really doing that type of music. Mm-hmm. It makes it sound good. Like, he sounds just like them, but he's totally satire the whole time, but he sounds good as fuck. Like, the beats are dope as fuck. Like, and I'm like, man, this is kind of good, but god damn it, he's talking all kinds of dumb shit. He's not real, but damn, this sounds good. it's just
fucks you up.
It's a thin line of where it's fake and when it's real. And that's sad to me. Like before, you used to be able to tell, like, oh, this fool ain't no fucking hip hop artist. Like, get the fuck out of here. But now it's like, well, you have somebody that's hops on YouTube that's just making fun of them that sounds just as good as them. So
I don't even know where to go in. It's
I just don't know anymore.
And they're kind of fading away with the new freshmen that are coming in that are actually again starting to rap.
The XXL the past like fucking 3 years.
Yeah, they've been terrible.
Gosh, it's
been
fucking terrible. Like,
but like they're slowly starting to fade away with the Lil Bibbies and well, Lil Bibby's not the best. Lil Bibby, I like a little bit because he's one of those rappers that I can listen to. He's hood, so I like him. And his voice does not match his face at all. He looks like a little baby in real life, but he's talking like this and rapping like this. I think it's funny. But
you got that real
and I don't want no smoke with none of those Chicago guys. Don't fuck with me. I want to live. Vic Mensa, he's not a new rapper, but he's starting to catch a little sting. He caught a little flack for what he said about Triple X, Tentacion, RIP to that guy. But I think that wave is slowly starting to fade out. That mumble melodic shit, which is now getting replaced by a more melodic lyrical style, something that Drake used to is doing.
Yeah,
it's starting to, that style is starting to kind of, because people are realizing that this is dumb shit. Like, what is this? What is Lil Xan talking about? What is Lil Pump talking about?
Yeah,
what's Tekashi talking about? Fifis and
value to this? Like,
what is Fifis and Gummos? What is he talking about? Like, and granted, Tekashi was never like a mumble rapper, but he was a real dumb rapper. Like, he was terrible. Like, but yeah, those guys are starting to get the fuck out of here. Bye.
Goodness.
Goodbye to the Kodak Blacks. Goodbye to the. Just get the fuck out of here. Like, we don't need that no more.
What happened to that fucking full designer? Fucking Panda.
That was it for him. Panda was it. He still tries to catch his 15 minutes. I think I saw him on YouTube. He was doing a cover to a rock song, and he just sounded like if the guy is mentally ill, he is trolling the world, because there's no way you could be that gruesomely awful.
It's crazy. That's crazy.
Panda he was one hit wonder in my book. I don't recognize anything else after that. But him, Trippie Redd, bye. Lil Pump, bye. Lil Pump kind of got some sting behind him with the whole.
He's kicking with Kanye.
Yeah, you're such a which is terrible. Terrible fucking.
Listen. You know what? I'm gonna catch a lot of flack for this, but fuck Kanye.
You're not gonna catch nothing for that.
Okay,
they love it. That's what everybody's saying, right?
Good. Nah, fuck that fool. And I've even after 808s and Heartbreaks, fuck that fool. Like right after it, I never listened to shit after that. I listened to Graduation, 808s and Heartbreaks a little bit. Fuck him after that. I never liked him. Like I give him credit for what he did on those ones, but
that's the same thing I'm saying about Eminem. You think?
No, I can't. That
is the same thing I just said about Eminem.
I didn't disagree with you. Okay, I'm just saying at least M came back with Kamikaze.
Gotcha.
Where's fucking Kanye at? I don't know.
He dropped the album.
I never really liked that fool that much.
The Thrones 2. The Thrones 2 is not coming out again. It's not. We're not doing that. He did all the 7-song albums that dropped this year.
7-song album?
Yeah. He was the leader of that little trend. So all the albums that came out this year, they were like seven songs. He did all those. He produced all those. So the Nas's, the Pusha T had one. Sci-Hi the Prince had one. I think Side Prince had one. What's the other guy? Chance the Rapper had one.
That's another motherfucker I can't get behind.
Chance pretty dope. Chance
I know
is.
a lot of people like it, but I heard that song and I was like, how do people love this song?
I'm not a huge fan of Chance, but I can hear a lyric or two in there that he tries to get on his. He's got a niche fan base, and he's one of those new backpack rappers. He was Lupe in Lupe's early years.
What about that fool?
Kid Cudi had a 7-song album this year.
What about that fucking guy? What is this? You mean they just put 7 songs on
an album?
Okay, so that's like a cool thing to do, or what? Like
that's the debate. I don't like it, but that's the debate out right now.
That's the new big thing. 7 songs on it. Good.
I just know a lot of cats did it. Like, I don't know why.
Don't get me wrong, I'm cool with it. Like Suicide puts out like 3-song EPs
every
fucking week.
Right. I do know that.
You know
but,
what I mean? But I'm cool with that.
Also not, I don't think they're selling their music. Are they selling it?
Who's that?
Suicide Boys.
Yeah.
Or are they just like streaming it?
Both.
Okay.
Well, they just signed.
Are they I'm talking about, are they pressing CDs for these 3-song albums? Yeah, because if they're not pressing actual CDs for the albums, then,
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I think a lot of these albums you probably won't find in a physical copy. I think a lot of them are streaming albums.
Yeah,
but yeah, you gotta look at the fan base, man.
That's true.
They've turned to such low attention span having motherfuckers. Like they can't listen to
songs and shit.
Yeah, you can't listen to a fucking 4-minute song no more. All the song, and on these 7-song albums, they're all like 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes.
I'm guilty of that. I'll put it out there. Like because I've been listening to Suicide Boys constantly for a little while now, just kind of getting their stuff in my ear. And I put on Army of the Pharaohs the other day. And it was like it was like 7 minutes long. And I was like, God damn. I was like, and it was the same beat for 7 minutes. And I was like, God damn, like, is this song over yet?
Nope.
Like,
It's 2 motherfuckers got to rap.
And then like I'll put on like a Wu-Tang song, but it's like 5 motherfuckers on a song, but it's still 3 minutes long. Like, you know what I mean? Like
but that's when they was dropping.
But they were dropping
lyrics.
fire though. Like each verse was fucking on point. Even if it wasn't like a full 16, it was on point. And they ran into each other. One would end and it would run right into the next one.
That's what it's all about.
That shit.
That's what it's all about. How long we been going?
Like fucking an hour and a half probably.
Really?
2 hours.
This is what podcast supposed to be.
We just talking shit. Actually, I'm getting ready to end it because my ass is getting tired.
Fuck yeah.
It's already fucking 2:45 in the morning.
But I just want to say that opinions are not hate. I'm not hating on these guys. No, so never. Don't come in my comments talking about, oh, you're hating. First of all, it's not hating at all. Hating would, because I actually recognize these guys' talents and their skills. So that's not hating. I just don't entirely agree with everything that I am hating. If you want to put it in that context, I am hating on the Tekashis and I'm hating on their success. I fucking hate it. Don't give me that. But I'm not hating on the Eminems and the Sci-Hi's and the 7-song albums. Like, that's dope. Do what you do. But so don't come in my fucking. If you got nothing intelligent to say, don't just say I'm hating. Explain why I'm hating or explain why you think.
Yeah, and we can go back and forth if you want to talk. I ain't afraid to talk about nothing. We could talk.
Hey man, but shit, this has been the 30-year-old roommates hitting you with another banger across your motherfucking head, and like and subscribe and be easy, people. You got anything else, Drew?
Nah, I ain't got nothing. Thanks for listening. Tune in. We'll have some more bullshit to put in your ear eventually here in a minute. Eventually here in a minute.